Fifth grade into math, lesson 3.4. Practice with division. I can solve a division problem by using a bar model or an equation. Step it out. Number 1. A comic book store sold 8 times as many copies of the Team Amazing comic book as it sold of the Astonishing Force comic book. The store sold 549 copies of both comic books. How many copies of each comic book were sold? So there was 8 times more of the Team Amazing Astonishing Force book, and then there were 549 copies sold. They're figuring out how many copies of each comic book were sold, or that's what they want. Okay, so we're going to fill in our bar model and label them. Okay, we can either write out Team Amazing, or we could write out Astonishing Force, or we could just label them as TAAF. Okay, so which one has more, the Team Amazing or the Astonishing Force? Team Amazing. So we're going to put TA down here, and then we're going to put Astonishing Force up here. Okay, is the 8 boxes go with the Team Amazing, right? How many total was there for both? 549. So that goes right here on our line. Write an equation to find the number represented by each box. So what are we going to do? Divide, so 549, because that's our total, right? Divided by how many total boxes do we have? 9, because we have 8 here and we have 1 here. So yes, up in our equation it says 8, but you can't forget about the 1 extra for the other one, right? Okay, so we need to do 549 divided by 9. 9 goes into 5. No, 9 into 54, minus 54, nothing left over. Bring down the 9, 9 into 9 once. 9 times 1 is 9, nothing left over. So 61 goes in each one of the boxes. So how many copies of Astonishing Force were sold? So Astonishing Force only has 1 box, right? So 61 copies, right? And then how many copies of Team Amazing were sold? So we're going to take 61 times what? 61 times 8, which is 8, and then 6 times 8 is 48. So 488 copies. And we kind of just explain that, right? As we did it. Second out, number 2, the comic book stores also sold collectible toys. The Gigantic Kid cost 4 times as much as the Marvelous Marvin. The Hall of Heroes playset cost 7 times as much as the Marvelous Marvin. If the 3 toys cost $1,044, how much does the Gigantic Kid cost? So Gigantic Kid 4 times. Marvelous Marvin is only going to be what? 1 box, right? Hall of Heroes is 7 times as much as the Marvelous Marvin, and then the total cost is. So we're looking for the Gigantic Kid. So we said which one is only going to have 1 box? Marvelous Marvin. So we'll just put MM for that one. Then Gigantic Kid cost how many times more? 4 times, so 4 boxes. And then the Hall of Heroes is how many times more than the Marvelous Marvin? 7 times. Okay, and then we'll put a bracket that encompasses all of those boxes, and the total price is what? $1,044. Okay, write an equation to find the amount represented by each box. Then we need to find the number. So what's our total? 1,044 divided by how many total boxes? 12, because there's 1, 4, which gets us 5, and then 7 more, which gets us 12. Equals the price for each one, right? All right, so letter C, write an equation to find the cost of the Gigantic Kid. Oh, we need to figure out what goes in each box, right, guys? Okay, so we're going to take what? So 12 into 1, 12 into 10, 12 into 104, 8 times minus what? 8 times 12 is 96, right? This becomes a 14, this becomes a 9, and this becomes a 0. 14 minus 6 is 8, and bring down the 4. 12 into 84. 7 times 12 times 7 is 84. And so in each box would be 87. Now on these, you should not have a remainder for these. Okay? If you do, then you probably messed up somewhere in your division. Okay? So each box holds 87, right? So the Marvelous Bargain was how much money? $87. But they want to know how much Gigantic Kid is, so we're going to take 87 times 4. Oh, and here's our equation. I should have written that on the line. Okay, so 87 times 4. 7 times 4 is, carry the 2. 4 times 8 is, 2 is. So Gigantic Kid costs $348. Check understanding number 1. The amount of salt that a truck put on a road after a snowstorm in January was 14 times as much as the amount used in a February storm. The total amount of salt used was 4,230 pounds. Represents the situation with a bar model. So January was 14 times as much than February, and then they want to know the total amount was this. Sorry. Okay. So, which one's going to have only one box? February. And then January is going to have 14. Okay. And then we'll have a bracket that holds all of it. And what was our total? 4,230. So now we're going to take 4,230 and do what? Divide by 15. 15 into 4? 15 into 42? So 12. Okay, and then bring down the 3. 15 into 123. So 6 times would be 90, right? So 7, we'll try 7. Okay, 7 times 5 is, put the 5, carry the 3. 7 times 1 is, plus 3 is. So this becomes a 13, this becomes a 1. So 8 and 1, right? So how many times could it have worked, guys? So it could have been 8, right? So 8 times 5 is 40. So put the 0, carry the 4. 8 times 1 is, plus 4 is 12. 3 left over, bring down the 0. How many times? 2 minus 30. So each box is going to hold 282, which I did mine really small. So for me to put that in there is going to be a tight squeeze. Okay, and then they want to know how many pounds of salt were used in the January store. So am I using the 1 box or am I using the 14 boxes? The 14. So I need to now take 282 times 14. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Carry the 3. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is, mark off the 3, mark off the 4, put up. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. And then add 8, 4, 9, 3. So 3,948 pounds. On your own, number 2, use structure. Tina's taco truck sold 3 times as many veggie tacos in August than in September. She sold twice as many in September than in October. She sold 927 veggie tacos during the 3 months. So we need to do a bar model. So our total was 927, 3 times as many from August to September, and then twice as many from September than October. So which is our 1 box? October is our 1 box. Okay, then which is our next box? September with how many? 2. And then August is twice as much as September. So 3 times. It's 3 times as much as September. So 3 times 2 is 6. So there needs to be 6 here. And then we're going to put our bracket to hold everything. And our total is 927. So now what is our equation going to be? 927 divided by 9. Because we have 9 total boxes. And that's going to give us veggie tacos per box. Right? Okay. So 927 divided by 9. 9 into 9. Minus 9, 0. Bring the 2 down. 9 into 2. Nope. Minus 0. 2. Bring down the 7. 9 into 27. 3 times minus 27. Nothing left over. So what goes in each box? Okay. So how many veggie tacos did Tina sell in September? Explain how you know. So September, we're going to do what? You can either do 103 times 2 or 103 plus 103, right? So that gives us what? 206 veggie tacos. Okay, number 3, model with mathematics. Brody and his father catch an amberjack that weighs 54 pounds. Brody's mother catches a blue marlin that weighs 432 pounds. How many times as much does the blue marlin weigh as the amberjack? Represent the situation with a bar model. Okay, so we know that what? Okay, so the amberjack has so many boxes and it's 54, right? Brody's mother catches a blue marlin that weighs 432 pounds. How much does the blue marlin, how many more times? So what are we going to do? 432 divided by 54, right? Okay, so 432 divided by 54. Okay, 54 into 4? Nope. 43? Nope. How many times can we, or what can we round 55 to? About 50, right? How many times does that go into 400? Okay, so we figured out 8 times, and we went ahead and multiplied it out, and so it weighs about 8 times more.